So in this scene, I want to add some grass to these dunes here, and I'm going to do that using grass from the content browser that I paint onto the dunes themselves. To make these dunes paintable, to make it possible for me to paint along the curves of the dunes, I need to take one step in particular. So I'm going to select all the dunes that I want to paint on and just isolate them so I can focus on exclusively them. Then I'm going to go to generate and I'm going to make them paintable. After that, I'm heading over to the content browser and I am going to pick the grass that I want. I want this one, grass wind wide, and then I can just begin painting. So I'm gonna just paint along here. It's very small, as you can see, so I'm going to need to up the scale. Here at the global scale, I'm going to go all the way to 30 because I know it needs to be really big. And it looks okay. Now I also want this grass to be animated so that it looks like it's blowing in the wind. So I'm going to go to, I think it's grass wind wide 1 is the name here. And if you look down at all of these drop downs, tubes is the one that we need. And then beyond tubes, we need to go to turbulence here and kind of just pop that up a bit. That means that it'll be moving in the wind a little bit as you scroll the bottom bar. And I think that's good enough for our purposes. So there you have it. That's how you create a paint effect along a piece of geometry and how you can animate it a bit. You can play with all these settings to get it to move the way you like. And say I wanted to texture this grass. Well, there's one more step to take. If you go to modify and convert, and I want to convert my paint effects to polygons here, that will allow me to create a toon shader, which is the shader that I'm using on all of my geometry, and I'll be able to render it out in Arnold. So if I convert to paint effects, you still have the animation that you need, and you've got a piece of geometry here that can be assigned material. So I can just assign it that, call it grass toon matte, and I can give it a little bit of a color, something simple. I have a toon shading tutorial if you're into that. I definitely recommend it. It's one of my favorite things to do. Get a little fun with it. Let's do some muted grass tones really quick. Maybe even a dark. And then if I render it out, there you go. There's some grass. Perfect. All right. Hope that you guys can use this to create some cool stuff.